Hello and welcome to Follow Everton. This is the match reaction for Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2. It's another win for Everton, and that takes them, I believe, up into 12th in the Premier League. David Moyes winning yet again, actually 13th level with Crystal Palace. Right, just one place behind them on goal difference, but what a turnaround for Everton under David Moyes. They're looking at the form. It is as good as anything in the league. It's up there it's actually the last 5 games. It's up there with Arsenal. They would be second in the last 5 games and the form table. It's a loss against Villa, 3 wins in the league on the bounce, then a draw against the team at the top of the Premier League, and then another win today. Everton were depleted. They had probably about 14 senior players fit and available, which 2 of them were Michael Keane and Ashley Young. And Everton absolutely exhausted, to be honest with you, from the 3rd game in a week and from Wednesday night, managed to go and not only pick up a point, but they managed to pick up all 3 against a really difficult opponent. Crystal Palace put you under so much pressure. And coming out of the ground, just for a couple of moments, we're just going to have raw reaction from Selhurst Park. Basil, no, it's not happening. He's just left Selhurst Park. We did actually spot him on the telly. David B, great result. Goodison Blues. The Copite said Palace would smash us. Eugene McGeevey saying, roll on Man United now. Chris Smith, ole, ole, ole. Beto. Liam, up the effing toffees. Roy, one more win for safety. I suspect probably 4 points to be enough, maybe a win and a draw. Tazul, what a win under the circumstances. Tired players, loads of injuries, up the toffees. It was absolutely brilliant. Awesome night. He thinks we can forget relegation. Emma EFC, hello, saying the table looks boss. I wouldn't say boss. I think it looks great, relative comfortable. Where do we start with that then? 2-1. It's just myself today. It's going to be a fairly short and sweet match reaction, as I'm meant to be going out very shortly. So, Everton started with a predictable lineup, but I made an enforced change. Carlos Alcaraz for Decore. Now, Decore did us a massive favour getting sent off against Liverpool, because that brought Carlos Alcaraz into the team for his first start. And what a start it was. I mean, he was in and out the game, I'll be honest, but he was the difference maker in this match. But the starting 11, as expected, just Carlos Alcaraz in for Decore. And Everton were under the cosh immediately from Crystal Palace, who are relentless in their approach. Long balls into the box, lots of crosses, playing through the thirds. They play with a great intensity and speed at Selhurst Park, but Everton were too much for them on the day. I think Everton just had the kind of the cutting edge in order to get the 3 points. So I'll take you through the game in summary. Everton go in front. There wasn't a lot of chances up to that point that I can recall. Just forgive me if my memory has kind of evaporated in the kind of the hysteria of picking up the 3 points here. But Beto takes the lead. It is Crystal Palace. Really poor throw back in. And actually, to be honest, Crystal Palace had big chances. Jordan Pickford, it's now coming back to me. Jordan Pickford had to make an outstanding save after a mistake at the back. Saw them go through one-on-one. Pickford saving well. The shot was quite close to him. You'd expect him to make it, but Palace should have taken the lead. And they should have taken the lead again a little bit later on. Another outstanding save from Jordan Pickford. And Palace were very relentless, but it was Everton who got the breakthrough. Beto running through on goal. Crystal Palace throw the ball back. Really poor throw on the touchline on the far side. And it's intercepted by Carlos Alcaraz, who's alive to the situation, takes the ball down, and he delays the pass, takes it on, carries the ball forward, and then it's just really well, just the timing of the pass, the execution, everything about it, the area where the ball fell was really nice for Beto. And what he's been doing, he's been taking less touches, he's not been hitting the ball as hard, he's been playing with a little bit more composure. in his finish. And it was just really, really nice to see another finesse finish. I suspect opposition goalkeepers will clock onto that, and he will need to vary up some of his finishing. But it was a really nice finish under the goalkeeper, and Everton take the lead 1-0 through Beto. And that was towards the end of the first half. But, yeah, it was about getting in at half time and then trying to, quieten Crystal Palace down. Could we nick the second goal? And out the blocks, Crystal Palace come and they get the equaliser. Really, really frustrating. And, there was a lengthy delay for the VAR. Could we defend better the situations in the first half? I don't think we defended as confidently and as astutely as we should have done. But, I think the equaliser, was a big wake-up call that Everton needed to improve. And defensively, I think Everton did improve. Jared Branthwaite reached a very high level in that match, winning every tackle, blocking everything, heading everything. He was just immense. Tarkowski, who was a little bit ropey at times, grew into the game, got better, and Jake O'Brien as well. I don't think Mikalenko put a foot wrong. I think it was the midfield, Ghana were struggling to kind of get a grip of the Crystal Palace midfield and to deal with their movement and their playing in behind us. And as TJ Mid points out, the Crystal Palace wing-backs, latterly Ben Chilwell, causing a lot of threat down the left-hand side. But we didn't offer a lot of threat at 1-1, I'll be honest. It was a lot of long balls into Beto and kind of hoping for something to happen more than a real plan. There was some really good balls into the box throughout the game, though, for Everton. Just couldn't quite get on the end of them. But one moment where we did get on the end of it was Jesper Lindstrom down the right-hand side, playing a lovely ball into the box for Beto, and he's only probably 4 yards out, but he hits it too close to the goalie. And it should have been 2-1 at that moment. Everton should have retaken the lead. I think Carlos Alcaraz was tiring. Ghana was tired. Idrissa Gana Gueye was tired. Jack Harrison, who had actually a really good half, in fairness, delivering some quality balls into the box, was fading out the game. And Jesper Lindstrom was tired as well, playing a lot of minutes. And Everton didn't really have a lot of options on the bench. I'll be honest with you. There was nothing there. There was nothing to bring on apart from Young and Keane. And Young did come on, and it was an instant impact from Ashley Young. The ball, I don't think he was involved in the goal, in all honesty. There's a ball in back from Jack Harrison, who keeps it alive. Credit to Jack Harrison today for that ball into the box. And Jake O'Brien keeps it alive. It's knocked down. And there he is, Carlos Alcaraz, who I thought possibly could have been taken off for kind of losing a lot of duels and kind of just fading in the match. But he gets into the box. He finds himself in a really good area, and it is such a nice, neat finish down to the keeper's left. And the keeper had no chance, in all honesty, of keeping it out. It was hit with a lot of pace and a lot of control. And there it is, Everton 2-1. With just, I think, 7 or 8 minutes of normal time, plus 6 minutes to play. And Everton, defensively, throwing their bodies on the line. They were Beto, who was outstanding, running, putting himself about, making it so difficult for Crystal Palace. He never stopped. The midfield, with a lead to defend and probably 10, 15 minutes to go in total, found themselves a bit of a spring in their step, but they were playing through the tiredness, through the legs, and Everton were able to get their head to everything. A few shaky moments right at the end. A couple of times we got down into the corners, and you should really hold it there a bit longer, or win the throw-in, or win the corner, win the foul. We didn't do it. Crystal Palace threw balls into the box relentlessly, but Everton aerial dominance, it shown. I think Crystal Palace, they did carry that threat, and I was worried they were going to score purely down to the fact they had a lot of numbers in the Everton box, a lot of men to pick up, and they had the pace, they had the intensity, they had the little bit of freshness about them that Everton lacked. But there you go, Everton go and get the win, 2-1 away at Crystal Palace. What a result, guys. And I'll just happily look through some of the comments and bring up some of the statistics from today's game before I wrap things up here. So Everton FC. Let's have a look. Everton Palace. And now we are looking upwards. Everton. Let's just have a look now. Just want to get the stats up for this game. What a turnaround it's been, and just looking at some of these results, what a turnaround from that Bournemouth game. Everton had 11 shots, Palace had 17. A lot of them were blocked. We had 6 shots on target. They also had 6. We had 42% of the possession. They had, they were dominating possession for large spells. And I do think Palace were possibly the better team for most of the match. Everton, 363 passes with a 72% pass accuracy. Palace just edged both statistics there with 5-10 passes and 7-7. But you know what? The only statistic that matters is the goals. We didn't have many corners, only 2 corners in that game, which showed we were not really getting down the wings and getting a lot. We were getting the ball into the box, into really dangerous areas, but we didn't win a lot of corners. Just really, really happy, guys. I think everyone should be excited now. Looking at the table, where could we go? We've got a massive game against Manchester United in the next weekend. The 22nd. It's a 12:30 kickoff. Everton now on 7 wins, 9 draws, up to 30 points. 5 points probably keeps you up here. Leicester and Southampton both lost. I think they're finished. No chance they finish above us. Ipswich got a draw away at Villa, but they're 13 points behind. I just don't see it. I just can't see us going down at this point, given where they are. But, you'd argue that you need another 2 wins, really, to be nice and comfortable and start planning for the summer. But, yeah, we've got Man United next. We're playing a few teams in and around us now until April, but April is a massive sort of month for fixtures. We're playing Man United and Brentford, so 2 teams within the vicinity, and I think this determines where we're going to be at the end of the season. Are we going to be kind of the best of the worst, or are we going to be in this lower mid-table block or even lower? I think we can get positive results in those 2 games. I'd like to think we can get at least 3 points from the 2 matches, win one of them, possibly beat United, lose to Brentford, or vice versa. Then we play Wolves and West Ham. So, say these are winnable fixtures, and then we've got the Merseyside derby again. I hope Iliman Ndiaye is back for that. I hope that's his return. It would be fitting to get him back for that, but I suspect it'll be too early. Just think we're lacking the options in Beto, Calvert-Lewin, Brozier, McNeil, and Ndiaye. They're all kind of 4 to 6 weeks away. I think we may see Patterson and Coleman coming back a bit sooner, but I'm not convinced there are a lot of options. Of course, Mangala's not going to be back this season. Yeah, where can we go from here, guys? But let's go and enjoy ourselves. Let's go and enjoy your Saturday night. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, turn the notification bell on. And of course, why don't you hit the like button for me? Big shout out to Wormy, Kevin, Awesome, Peter, Mr. Blue Skies, Jim, and all of our regulars, TJ Mid. Thank you so much for your support. I know there's a lot of channels to watch, and it means a lot that you've picked us to watch for your post-match reaction. But I'll see you next time. Thank you.